game happened on Wednesday, December 13th. Let's talk about them. The first game is the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Washington Wizards 142-122. Well, the Detroit Pistons also lost last night. Spurs also lost. So the three teams are still losing. The bottom three teams are competing really, really hard. The Wizards are 3-20. Lost last six. Well, easy game. So Herbert Jones and only got 20 minutes. I'm not too worried. Brandon Ingram dropped 40 points because there's no defense played on the Washington end. They started Dyson Daniels with Zion Williamson out. The Pelicans got a lot of quality players can come in playing 30. Trey Murphy, beautiful game, 27 points with 6 for 7 from 3, 2 steals and a block. But I'm not too sure about Trey Murphy's minutes when everybody's healthy because he'll come off the bench. Some nights you could get 30, some nights he gets 20. So if he put together a nice few games due to Zion out or some other guys out, I would try to sell him. CJ had 22 points, did his thing, and Valanciunas also dominated with 18 rebounds and added a steal and a block. We look at the Wizards, Jordan Poole. What's funny is that you look at this line, it's like, that's fine. Two steals and a block, 4 assists for Jordan Poole. He continues to be bad. And to be honest, right now, unless something changes, either their system or like something drastic has to change because he's not getting the usage, right? He's not shooting the ball that well either. But the biggest thing is he's not getting the minutes and the usage, right? Even if he shoots like low 40%, it's just the volume not there, right? He's taking 12 shots a game here, while Kyle Kuzma is the big baller here. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and steal and a block. That's pretty good. It seems like Kyle Kuzma is really trying hard to get a contract. I'm not sure when his last contract. Well, we gotta look at below Collie Bailey. He played 32 minutes off the bench. I think he's a rookie. He's been getting a lot of minutes, and his game is fantasy friendly. Right? Can get some defensive stats. Doesn't take a lot of shots. Can give you 10 points, 11 points, but you don't really get him for the points, right? And then hit some threes and everything else. So I will pick him up because he's been taking minutes from Tyus Jones and Jordan Poole, right? That 6-man getting a lot of good minutes. So I would look into him, and he's a good defender. Gafford had a steal and 2 blocks, played out right, and Danny Advia have 7 assists. I'm not too high on Danny Advia, but it's fine to have him on your roster. Moving on to the next one. The Philadelphia Sixers 129-111. Joel Embiid, of course, what a beast. I mean, versus this type of teams, you can just expect Joel Embiid to score 35 to 40. I wonder what his points and over and under. The only risk is, it's a blowout, so he doesn't really get the minutes. He only played 41 points. No worries. Made all the free throws. Tyrese Maxey struggled a little bit. He's still inside that top. He's a 13th spot. But lately, he really wasn't, I think the last week or so, he has been dropping off quite a bit. But I'm not really worried. Now that with Harden gone, 9 assists. Kelly Oubre Jr., he's not a must roster. Only 23 minutes here. But if you're looking for some points and threes, you could pick him up. And he provides some steals as well. Tobias Harris had 21 points. He's just very mediocre. And D'Anthony Melton just absolutely must roster and put up great numbers this game. 6 rebounds with a steal and 2 blocks with 2 threes. Just a perfect 3-and-D guy. And he can get you some assists as well. Batum played 20 minutes while Robert Covington gets 17. Both guys, if they get consistent 30 minutes, I think they're must roster players. But right now, that's just not the case. We look at Detroit. All-Star Thompson, another decent one. Well, the good thing is they're starting him. Right, that's all that matters. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Bojan Bogdanovic, amazing game, 33 points. He's a must roster at the moment, but I would try to sell high on him. And with with Jalen Duren out for the next few weeks, Isaiah Stewart maybe gets a lot more run, but not really. Only get 22 minutes here. While they play James Wiseman 60 minutes. The Detroit big man, none of them is that good, so not interested. While Killian Hayes is getting starts over Jaden Ivey. So if you're looking for some assists and some steals, you could stream Killian Hayes in the short term and try to maybe do a 2-for-1. right? Because I think at some point Jaden Ivey might start getting more minutes. And Kate Cunningham 1 for 8 from 3 just continues to be not shooting the ball that well. 21, like the counting numbers are fine. It's just the efficiency is so bad with him this year. It's hard to make up. Like he's not even ranked inside that top 100, and for a guy that's getting drafted in third round, because the efficiency is so bad, the counting numbers look fine. The next game is the Atlanta Hawks losing to the Toronto Raptors, 128-135. Trey, huge game. 35 points, 17 assists with 4 threes and a block. Devontae Murray, 20 points with two blocks and 4 threes. Clint Capella got 6 offensive rebounds. And they actually started Wesley Matthews and Bogdanovic, yes, with DeAndre Hunter out. Bogdanovic getting a few more minutes. Another great game. 20 points, 4 steals, 4 threes, 5 assists. These are just amazing numbers out of Bogdanovic. I would try to sell high because I think with DeAndre Hunter out, he's getting a few minutes. He was getting 27, 28, but with DeAndre Hunter out, like he could be getting some nights 37 minutes. So try to sell him. He's ranked pretty good, I think, on the season. Bogdan. He's 39th ranked player, yeah. Do a 2-for-1. See if you can get a top 30 player. Like I see LaMelo Ball out there. I see Trey Young. All these guys, Damian Lillard. Right, all these guys, Jimmy Butler, De'Aaron Fox. If you can get guys in that caliber, like it's a huge win. So try to sell high. But if not, you can hold. Like he's gonna have value the rest of the way. Okongwu played 30 minutes actually. They need some big bodies versus the Raptors. Pirtle, amazing. 3 blocks, 6 assists, 13 rebounds. His role on this team, I think, just like a lot of other big men, depending on the matchup. Some nights he will start, but some nights he only gets 27, 20 minutes because his skill set is pretty limited. It doesn't really have a lot of offensive skill set, and struggling to guard players on the perimeter. Scotty Barnes, 27 points. Wow, Scotty is just being amazing this year. Another great game. Added 6 assists as well. Dennis Schroeder continued to put up decent numbers. This is a great game for him. 17 points and 7 assists. Usually he will give you 15 points and 6 assists, but when he adds in 3 threes and still in a block, the line looks a lot better. Siakam, 33 points. Yeah, everybody ate because they scored 135 points versus, they're playing the Atlanta Hawks. And Gary Trent Jr., very, very sad. He's just not getting the minutes, only 20 minutes. So he's not fantasy relevant, at least in 12 teams. Also a great win for the Raptors. But they're not going anywhere. The next game is the Charlotte Hornets lost to the Miami Heat 104-115. Okay, the Heat, they're just going to do okay in the regular season and then make another deep run. Beat the Celtics, beat the Bucks, beat the Sixers, something like that. We look at, would you look at Terry Rozier? 28 points, 10 for 14, 5 for 6 from 3, 7 assists, 4. So yeah, sell high. Once LaMelo comes back, I'm still confident that Terry will be good, but he's still a must roster. But the last week or so, he's been amazing. Again, trying to sell high. And then Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Gordon Hayward, they all put around 20 points. And they all put decent. Brandon Miller with 3 steals and 4 threes. I like that. Miles Bridges with 2 steals, 5 rebounds, just a little bit of everything. And Gordon Hayward also. And they're all fairly efficient, too. Other than Brandon Miller, maybe. We look at the Heat. Jimmy Butler has been somewhat mediocre. But he's a great free throw shooter, 7 for 7 from the line, 10 assists, and still can't complain too much. We still don't have Bam back, so they would start Orlando Johnson, play a little bit Thomas Bryant, play a little bit Kevin Love, but nobody's relevant, And they out of nowhere they played this guy Jamal Cain. 29 minutes. I don't think this guy was getting minutes. This game wasn't particularly close. Also, because Kyle Lowry was having a great game, he only played 24 minutes. Did not miss a shot here. Added 2 steals. Duncan Robinson played 40 minutes. He's been really balling this year, so he's a must roster. Also a sell high because you just don't know what's going to happen when Tyler Hero comes back. But for now, he's getting a lot of minutes because they lost Max Strus, and they love some shooters on this team. All right. Let's go to the next game. Well, this game is kind of interesting. The Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs 120 to 119. The Lakers spent a lot of energy going through those in-season tournament, and LeBron finally missed his game. But it doesn't matter. AD's got his back. 37 points, 10 rebounds, with 4 steals. And, with this game, extra motivation, right? Versus Wembanyama. Usually games like this, maybe AD is more motivated, which is good. Great game. And also LeBron didn't play this game, so AD went off. And, he's showing that he could do that. Like, if you want him to score 35, I mean, he in the finals, how many points he scored? Like 35, 20 rebounds or something like that. 40 points, 20 rebounds. So big games, if he wanted to, he could score. Taurean Prince hit 4 threes, 2 steals and a block, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Really impressive. But I don't really trust him. D'Lo with LeBron out had 10 assists and 3 steals. Pretty good. Rui Hachimura and Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is a defensive specialist. Racked up 3 steals and a block. It is versus the Spurs and 2 threes. And Austin Reeves came off the bench with 15 points and 8 assists and 3 threes. They are pretty alright. If LeBron is not playing, everybody gets to eat a little bit more, I guess. The assists came in for Austin Reeves and for D'Lo. Right? They didn't score that much. Well, because AD scored most of the points. Made up the points. For the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, huge game. Amazing game. 3 steals and 6 blocks. Using his length, 30 points, 13 rebounds. This is why he's such a beast in fantasy. Because he gets so many block shots. He can also get you a bunch of steals, grab rebounds, and score points and shoot threes. Just everything. Problem is his efficiency and high turnover numbers. But you can't really complain when you look at this line. Keldon Johnson had also a pretty big game, 28 points and 8 assists. He's a must roster. I think Devin Vassell is a must roster. He got 35 minutes here. But like Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, I would try to sell high on these guys because, you just never know with the Spurs what they're going to do with the rotation, right? Because Devin Vassell was coming off the bench. Zach Collins was starting. Now he's a droppable player. They're experimenting things. So if things are not going so well right now, I don't think because you just don't know when Popovich is going to change his mind. They're not winning any games either. Moving on to the next one. The Indiana Pacers. Wow, this game it's got a lot of drama because Giannis scored 64 points, right? It's a career high. It's a high for the Milwaukee Bucks. If this game is overtime or whatever, he played 37 minutes. Maybe he go for 70. I don't know. If there's overtime, he gets 70 for sure. And, with Giannis going off, the drama is that Giannis is trying to get the game ball. But Pacers, I think one of the rookies scored their first basket. And the rule is, if you're rookie, you score the first basket, you get the game ball. But obviously, Giannis scored 64. He wanted the game ball too. I feel like there should be more than one game ball around. I don't know. Maybe there's only one ball. So that's the drama. No, nothing too serious. But we look at the stats. Tyrese Halliburton, he's fallen off quite a bit. To be honest, he's still fine. Still the 3rd ranked player. But no, he's fine. He's fine. 22 points and 7 assists. And also, the defense is gonna adjust. Right, they're gonna put more attention on him a little bit more. So other guys maybe need to step up or get more stats. Miles Turner, great game. 22 points and 9 rebounds, only 1 block. That's fine. 20 points and 9 rebounds. You can't complain. Buddy Hield has been starting 26 minutes here with 1-3 and Bruce Brown. They're changing up the lineup a little bit. Benedict Mathurin came off the bench, goes 10 for 10 on the free throw line. This is what he does, get to the free throw line and score a little bit. Obi Toppin starts, but he fouled out in 20 minutes. And Aaron Nesmith have 25. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Nesmith or Obi Toppin. Right? Like, you could stream them, but even when they get 25 to 30 minutes on this team, it really depends because everybody get to eat. They're not like if they're open, they're gonna shoot the 3, but it's not guaranteed that they're gonna get the usage every game. And I don't think they get a lot of defensive stats either. A little bit. The Bucks, amazing game for Giannis, and what stands out is he went to the free throw line 32 times and hit 24 of them. Imagine he hit 32. That's a 72-point game. Wow, that's hard for Giannis. 14 rebounds, it's just amazing. Also added 4 steals in the block. Brook Lopez, meanwhile. What can you say about this guy? Lopez, another game with He's 21st ranked player. He's got to lead the league in blocks or something. He's averaging 3 blocks. Anybody have more blocks? Wembanyama? Wembanyama is also averaging 3. Okay. So they kind of tie right now. Jaren Jackson Jr. was blocking 3 shots last year, but not so much this year. Just amazing defensive presence. Brook Lopez. Malik Beasley, he got 35 minutes, can't complain. 2 steals and a block. 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He's a must roster in my opinion at the moment. And Dame, I would say pretty disappointing if you draft this guy in the first round. So far, let's see if he can turn it on at some point. Obviously this game is Giannis's show. Giannis had 64, so Dame. But yeah, I mean, it hasn't been great for Dame. He hasn't had a lot of great big games this year, which is understandable. Try to fit in with the whole, because Giannis is the number 1 guy. And Dame kind of take over in the 4th quarter. The next game is the Grizzlies lost to the Houston Rockets. Jaren Jackson Jr. goes crazy, 44 points. And, well, we're going to get Ja back. So let's see. Jaren can maybe focus more on defense because his block numbers has been low. This is obviously a great game with 4 steals. But you just look at the roster. Who are they playing? What kind of players? Like they started Vince Williams. I mean, I know they're desperate. They're just trying out different lineups. Santi Aldama was getting a lot of minutes, but they weren't winning games, so they have him come off the bench. They wanted to give Bismack Biyombo more minutes, because Xavier Tillman now just doesn't get any minutes. I get it. You're just trying to switch up to see, because they traded Tyus Jones, Dylan Brooks left. They got Marcus Smart, who's just been out, and then obviously Ja. So they just need to play different players and see what happens. I think Ja, once he comes back, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. Averaging, who knows, maybe even 30 now that he stayed out 25 games. So before he comes back, Derrick Rose, we could stream him for maybe a week or 2. 30 minutes is good. Vince Williams, I don't know who that is. And I don't know when Marcus Smart is coming back. I feel like Smart, when he does come back, he's also going to have he's going to play some good minutes and put up some numbers too, I think. So excited to see those 2 guys. And see if Grizzlies can actually start winning some games. But just looking at the roster, I don't feel so good about them, to be honest. And for the Rockets, they're really up and coming. And Jalen Green gets benched again. Horrible game. Understandably, right? Because the coach doesn't play around. If you're bad, he's not going to play you. And would you okay, we got to talk about Taro Eason. So it's back-to-back games now. Amazing game here. 25 points with 14 rebounds. If he can just get 27 minutes, if he can get coach's trust, if he can build trust, Taro Eason is going to be great. And he was plus 19 when Şengün kind of played bad. It's not guaranteed Taro Eason is going to get the minutes, but I will go pick him up just to see where things go. We all like his fantasy game. He can do a lot, getting defensive stats and all that. Fred VanVleet, meanwhile, played 39 minutes. 39 minutes. Only took 8 shots, but that's fine. 9 assists and 3 steals, plus 18 points. Played well. And I have Jalen Green in my league. I just dropped his ass. Thought maybe getting a new coach, he would start playing better, but not really. I don't even know if he's good. I don't really know. He can play winning basketball. I'm not really sure. Well, either way, he's still gonna give you, you're not gonna find a guy that's averaging 18, 19 points on the waiver wire in 12-team leagues usually. So if you need points, you could have him. But I think at this point, if he's not scoring 25 points, his value is not that much. Jabari Smith also played well. 3 threes, 10 rebounds, a student block. Cool, very cool. Dylan Brooks fouled out in 20 minutes. He's not really fantasy relevant, but he's getting the minutes, so he's getting rewarded for his good defense. Moving on to the next game, the New York Knicks lost to the Jazz. That's a bad loss for the Knicks. Well, maybe they didn't have Mitchell Robinson. That's how important Mitchell Robinson. So they keep starting Jericho Sims, but who we really want is Isaiah Hartenstein. 30 minutes, didn't really do much. Wow, 2 blocks and 6 rebounds is good enough for me. He's a must roster while Mitchell Robinson is out because he's been getting bulk of the minutes. While Josh Hart is just really disappointing, came out the bench, didn't do anything. But again, we could stream him. And weirdly, Jalen Brunson goes 11 for 16. He had just a bad night, but still added 8 assists and 2 steals, so I can't complain. And Randall, amazing game, Randall. Amazing game. Beginning of the season, he was really bad. Now he's ranked, his ranking is still kind of horrible. 134th ranked on the season. On the season, he's only shooting 72% from the free throw line, while 45% from the field, with 3.3 turnovers, while averaging 0.7 steals and 0.2 blocks. So the 3 efficiency categories, he was bad. He doesn't get defensive stats, but the rebound, the points, the assists are good. So his numbers usually look like, if you just look at his averages, looks great. But in category leagues, he's actually hurting you a lot of categories. But regardless, this game, he shot the ball really well, right? From the free throw line as well, and got the defensive stats. So great game from him. Too bad they lost. And Dante DiVincenzo, they starting him. So he had a great game here. Like, if he can average like around 28 to 30 minutes in that range, I'll be interested in rostering him, because, if he can average 1.5 steals, that's useful, and hit some threes. And he can get you some rebound and assists as well. He's a pretty good fantasy player. Maybe in real life too. Keontae George only played 4 minutes, so he got injured. I'm not sure. So who got more minutes? Ochai played 30. He's not a great fantasy player. Taylor Horton Tucker is not a great fantasy player. Chris Dunn, you know what you're going to get from him. Like, if you get 30 minutes, he's going to give you 6-7 assists with almost 2 steals. But he only gets 17 minutes here. And interestingly, they started Kelly Olynyk. I guess they're just trying out things now. If Kelly Olynyk gets 30 minutes, he's a must roster. I just stream him because they have a back-to-back, so he just so happened to play 30. That's pretty good. 10 rebounds and 8 assists. If Kelly Olynyk play 30 minutes, he's a must roster, no questions asked. And they just keep making Walker Kessler come off the bench. 23 minutes is okay. Pretty good. I mean, 8 rebounds and 3 blocks, but they need to give him 30 minutes. I just don't know what's going on. Lauri Markkanen, 4 threes, first game back or second game back, only 24 minutes, so not too worried about him. But this is a great win for the Jazz. I don't think they're tanking. They're actually competing to win. Last game of the night, the Brooklyn Nets beat the Phoenix Suns, and this is the first game they played. I'm not sure if this is the first game. The Phoenix Suns. But this team is not, on paper, they look really good, but so far record-wise, they're not really racking up that many wins, right? And they are actually the 10th seed. Oh my God. The West is competitive this year. Oh my God. Suns are 13-11, they're the 10th seed. Well, Brooklyn, Cameron Johnson, a great game. 3 threes, 15 points with 2 steals and 2 blocks, and 4 assists, 5 rebounds. One of his best games so far this year. Claxton, just 1 block and 7 rebounds. He could do more versus the Suns team, I feel like. But all right, he's a must roster. Cam Thomas hit 4 threes, 24 points. He's a must roster. Yeah, just the volume of threes and points is too much. Cam Thomas is ranked 117th ranked player, but it's kind of like Jalen Green, right? Like, if he averaged 24 points, if Jalen Green is averaging 24, 25 points, right, that means, some weeks he could go off going for 40 and 50. He has that potential. You want to have those guys on your roster where he goes up. But just like many other fantasy players, like, just nothing else. Free throw is not bad. 2.2 threes is also not bad, but no rebound, no assists, no defensive stats. Field goal is kind of low and some turnovers. But, he's averaging so many points that you got to have him on your team. Spencer Dinwiddie, 16 points. Very, very good, Spencer. You've been shooting the ball really bad this year, but this is a good one. 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Why can't you play like that every game? Dorian Finney-Smith played 25. Royce O'Neal, 19. I don't think they're fantasy relevant. I forgot about Mikal Bridges. Didn't shoot the ball that well, but this is just a very mediocre game for a guy that's getting drafted in the second round. You kind of expect him to do more. For Phoenix, we got the big 3 back. So who ate? Weird lineup. That The big three, Yusuf Nurkic, sure, what a game from Yusuf Nurkic. He's been really good this year. 22 points and 2 blocks, 15, yeah. And also, he kind of stay healthy for the most part. And playing with all these guys, right, he can get easy points and easy assists. Bradley Beal, all right, 14 points, 4 assists, 2 threes, okay. I would give Beal more time. I feel like because they're really top heavy for this team, like Beal is going to eat. Like I'm not worried about Beal not having enough usage. It's just like he needs to be healthy. Devin Booker, 12 assists, 34 points, and 14 for 50. It's good stuff. Same thing with KD, good stuff, but too bad they could not get the win. And then to be honest, when I look at the rest of their roster, like they're super top heavy. There's no quality players. Like Chimezie Metu, I don't think he's a quality player. Watanabe is not a quality player. Nasser Little is not a quality player. You know, compared to some of the contenders like KCP, Caldwell Pope, or Aaron Gordon, right? Those guys are, I think, a tier above the role players that they have. They obviously got 3 really good players. I just don't know if it's enough. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.